Yes, guys, welcome back to the Once You're In podcast Q&A special because this is what the people wanted on the story.
Yes.
So we're going to jump straight in because we've got quite a few. So thank you if you did send your questions in, and we'll just go one for one. Yeah, we'll alternate.
Okay, how many questions did you get? Let's go for a one v one initially.
11.
Oh, I think I've done you there, mate. For a oh 11 as well.
Really?
Yeah, sound. I don't know if I'm. I don't know. Some people. Oh, I've got the same one from two people. Like the same question. Like
I've
so.
been there.
Yeah, right. So, favorite place slash venue you and Finn have competed at? Well, Finn's only competed at natural shows, so like usually it's just. Hmm?
I won a Fitex show.
Oh yeah. To be fair, yeah, that place is actually not too bad. What's your favourite arena, mate? Where's your favourite place you competed?
I'd probably say um, it's a weird one. I don't know. It's different for like competing versus actually being there for clients.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay, we'll do that then. What about just in general? Like, it doesn't have to be maybe competing. Oh no, why we could do both, competing and coaching.
so competing, I don't know, it's a difficult one because you're thinking about like the backstage area. Like, for example, like the A1, like that is probably the most chilled, the best backstage area.
Oh,
Like,
biggest backstage area.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's not the best venue and
No.
stage itself, but like the backstage and like how chilled it is and stuff like that, how it's run, like you could say that. But um, to be fair, the venue in Denmark was really fucking cool.
Mm.
That was really good. But obviously that's not like a regular one.
Yeah.
Crescent Theatre's a regular one. I feel like I'm constantly at the Crescent Theatre.
Yeah.
Um, I've competed there a couple of times.
Mm. I'm
You
gonna
know,
spin it as well. Let's do the worst one as well. That's what we're gonna
you know
do.
what I think?
Yeah.
You don't really know when you're competing. You don't
Yeah.
really
Don't
take it
think
in
about it, do you?
where you are. You know what I mean? You don't think about the venue that much. You don't think about the crowd that much. Like you just compete. You know what I mean?
Weird,
Like
isn't it? I feel like that's this headspace where like maybe I feel like I'd have to go through like 10 preps until you're actually like present. But I
yeah,
thought that like when you're in like coach mode, you're very much like attentive to the surrounding area, like where your clients are going to be, the lighting. Like, I can barely remember like anything about like the pre-stage like pump up or anything like that because I feel like you're just in like a whirlwind of just like get me on stage or
yeah,
like not in like a positive way. You just like sat there just
get it
waiting.
done.
Yeah,
Yeah,
get it done. You just like you want to literally get on stage and get home. Like that's what you almost think of, because like I remember like especially I don't know if you've been to places 100%, haven't you, where you've competed at and then you were a coach later on, and it's
yeah, and
like
you
a
forget. Yeah,
different place. It's like I've done that obviously at Birmingham Town Hall. I was there for my first like out of my first three shows. I was there twice, and the second time, I remember being like, I didn't even notice half of this stuff the first time. And
yeah.
then when I was there as like an actual coach, I was like, oh, sound like I remember you sneaking in, like down this downstairs. I didn't even know that existed till like 2 years ago. And I was there like twice. I didn't no idea where that was. But it was like I feel like you don't even pay attention to that sort of stuff because you're just like in this whirlwind of like again like these like not negative thoughts, but just like a weird like prep.
Just like you're there to do a job, aren't you?
Yeah,
Like you don't really think too much other than just when have I got to be backstage?
yeah.
Am I going to be, there on time? Am I going to get a good pump?
Mm,
Who am I against? Like,
yeah.
you're thinking those kind of things. But yeah, Athena's pretty good.
Mm,
Again, like, I don't, yeah, to be fair, Athena's quite good actually
yeah.
for the stage, the lighting. Obviously, there's the upstairs bit where like the backstage is upstairs, like in the venue, so you can watch while you're backstage. The pump up areas backstage. That was pretty good.
Yeah. I think for me, like when I competed at PC Universe Coventry, I don't it's like CBS Arena or something. I can't remember what it's called.
Yeah,
Something like that. That was sound, but I think that's sound because of like the pump up area being a bit of a gym. It's very open, but then also I don't know what it is about like pumping up, but I like to like actually be a bit isolated and not think because like you're in like a zoo where people are just
yeah,
like, stood around the edge looking at you. I don't know what it is like. That's not like even me like it's not insecure. It's just like weird. I'm like trying to pump up in a thong, like second time I've ever like showing my legs on stage, and I've got like I'm literally in a zoo where like people around just looking at you. It's a bit weird. Like, do you remember, bless her, Aisha? Like, do you remember, like came up to me. So like one of my clients at the time came up to me and like first time ever meeting her, she like, gave me a hug, and then I'm like trying to like keep my headphones in and be like, you're right, and she's like trying to like speak to me. And I'm like, I'm literally on stage at the moment. Like come on. So I feel, but that being said, like it's good from like a coaching standpoint because it's not where you have to like
Yeah,
sneak
worry
somewhere.
about getting
But that
backstage.
whole show, the backstage area is like pitch black, you
Yeah.
know. So yeah, I think best. I think objectively, probably the ones where like a PCA Universal Finals, where there's like a gym to pump up and all that sort of stuff, because it's like you don't need to remember anything. Like it's a big area. I think probably worst. Hmm, trying to think off the top of my head. The first PCA show I did last year, that Northwest or whatever. I remember going backstage, and the backstage was like a makeup room with like dudes just a lot. There was like 20 dudes in there, and I was like, yeah, there's nowhere for me to sit down. Great, you know. So that's
A
probably
lot
what.
of them are like that, to be fair, aren't they?
That's just because it was like it was small, like it wasn't that big, and there was like it was a decently sized show, so it was like just people just standing on top of each other and like to go from like the pump up room to pump up to then, or like the chilling room to the pump up area to then on stage. You literally had to like squeeze past like 20 different individuals because it was like a tight corridor. And I remember
You
being
know
like,
the that Ben Hall in rugby, where a lot of the
yeah,
UK AFBA ones are, the heart of England.
yeah, yeah,
That pump up area is shite. Like
yeah.
you
Because mate,
walk in
it's
and then obviously turn right and it's there. Like it's only shite because they just let anyone in there.
yeah,
So like it's just packed all day.
yeah,
Like they should almost like filter it through. So like right, if you're in the first five classes, you go in now. If you're in the
yeah,
next five classes, you go in now. Because
yeah,
otherwise, it's just everyone's in there. Like people literally
yeah.
chill there all day,
No,
and
and
it's
they've
like
also got then
packed.
they've got the tanning things that push everybody and condense everyone into
Yeah.
like that starting bit.
It
Or
should
something
just be
like
tanning and the next three classes. That's
that.
it, and just the pump up area. No one's allowed to put bags in there. No
Yeah.
one's allowed to chill in there.
Oh,
Like
mate, the bags are the worst thing ever. Like,
yeah,
I'm surprised. It's like, and this is again, I'm getting old, but it is like a trip hazard. Like, you're walking through there and you're literally like, oh, I just stepped on somebody's like, I don't know, I
cock.
just stepped on someone's ankle. Yeah, cock. I actually, mate, I don't know if I told you about this. I had, I think I told you. I must have told you. MBW Classic earlier in the year. I sat down where somebody had like mentally like prepared that they were sitting there, and the coach. I'll be honest, Stewie Fitness, whatever, literally comes up to me and he goes, Reese, he needs to sit down. And I was like, yeah, cool. Like, there. And he goes, no, he needs to lie down. I was like, I'm sat here, mate. Like, there's a space here. And it was like, the client was a men's physique guy, doesn't even need to be off his legs. And he was like, no, he needs to go. And I was just like, mate, there's space there. Like, fuck off, please. And I remember literally, I think I was with Jacob because it was before the overall. I looked at Jacob, I was like, what the fuck? Because it was like he'd prepared his head, and the guy didn't even come up to me and say, "Excuse me, do you mind if I just squeeze in?" And I was like, "Yeah, sound." His coach was like, "Respect, you need to sit down." I was like, "Fuck off, bro! Like, sorry, no." Like,
To be fair though, like it should be where that room is kind of like just for maybe not just competitors, but like you know how that. I'm not trying to say that UKFBA should make us pay for coaches passes. Please
no,
don't.
yeah,
But it should be where it's like right, just the next however many classes, and you get they do say you get one person, but it's
yeah.
never manned.
Oh no, no, no! It's never like it should just be the athlete and one
But you
person.
can't win because then if they were to say right, just the athlete and you've got to pay
Or
a
the
coach's pass,
videographer.
we'd get pissed off. Like you
Yeah, or
can't.
the videographer. You're like, oh, what did I do about Sam? Yeah.
Yeah,
I think there's definitely like a level where you know when people have like a team with them and stuff like that, or like
yeah.
the mum
It's
and
like
dads go
five of
back.
them. Yeah,
Yeah, and it's like it takes the piss, but there is a fine line. Like, for example, you bought a coach's pass in Vegas, and like I was backstage with you the same time, and they never said
yeah. We
anything
just
to me.
need it.
Yeah. Worst, definitely, Braywick Leisure Centre, 100%. Like,
Oh right, yeah. I was thinking, I was like, where's that? Yeah, it's fucking yeah. Every two bro show it is very very naff.
no, man, the Braywick Leisure Centre where Michael de Bull got assaulted.
Yeah, that's just went,
And,
isn't it? Like, what happened at that?
yeah, I don't
Nothing.
know. That guy got swept under the carpet. I don't think anyone really heard about it or anything
No.
like that. Imagine like competes at Olympia and then like if he won, he was like fuck two bros. Those are thoughts of Michael.
Yeah.
Theoretically, not me. Please, I need a pro card in the next few years. Make it worth it. Right, your question, mate.
So one of my clients asked, and this is kind of like a two-parter. So first one, you have to eat one food in a Christmas dinner every day for the next year. What are you picking?
I'm sorry. I'm gonna piss you off. I don't have
No.
a real Christmas dinner, so I don't know. Like,
Yeah, but you do know what a normal Christmas dinner has.
uh,
I think we can't choose the meat because that's just easy. Because you just say turkey or chicken.
yeah.
Like right, so not the meat. So you've got
Yorkshire puddings are they in Christmas dinner?
yeah.
Yeah, I've had like two Yorkshire puddings in my time. I think they're pretty good. I
Yeah,
wouldn't like them every day, but I feel
exactly.
like they're
Not have
decent.
those every day. So you got The meat,
Roast
we're not
potato.
going to include that. So
Yeah.
you've got roast potatoes, maybe other forms of potato,
Yeah.
um, different forms of veg. Let's say sprouts, carrots, and parsnips.
Okay.
Okay. Gravy,
Yeah.
pigs in blankets. That's probably all I can think of. Sorry, guys. People are like, oh, I have this. I don't care.
I don't care. Like, the question ain't that deep, bro. The one guy who's commenting like, "Oh my god, you forgot,"
You
bro.
forgot this.
Delete the comment. We don't give a fuck. We don't even check the
No, we
comment.
do. Please comment for engagement.
Yes, we don't.
Everybody comment what your Christmas dinner is.
Yeah, exactly. That's what we need to do. We need to skew it and be like, "What is yours?" We need to ask the
I know,
audience.
we do need to start playing to that. Right, guys, if you're listening and you're watching this now, do us a favour. Literally just as a joke, just comment what your Christmas dinner is.
Yeah,
If you're a proper listener, just comment because we should get a lot.
yeah. We only get like a few. Come on, like this is a good podcast, please.
Please
Yeah.
comment. Please comment your Christmas dinner.
Yeah. So I don't know, man. Roast potatoes, I'd probably say, but volume wise, they're hard to get in.
I'm not having potatoes every day. Parsnips.
Okay, I knew you'd say something like that. Now I'd
Can't
probably
help
say
it.
potatoes 'cause I feel like I just have them as like an addition to like a carb meal.
Yeah, just have one potato.
Yeah, one potato from the rice. Like,
To be fair,
imagine being like, "Hey,
parsnips
mate."
I can do a little bit every day, or like I could have a sprout a day.
Yeah, I get that. No, I felt like I'd literally be like, "Hey mate, you having another chicken and rice meal?" I'm like, "Nah, chicken, rice, and potato."
One
Just
potato
one singular
because of
food.
the podcast where I had to have one.
Yeah.
Um,
Um.
his
Cool.
other his other
So,
question was, I'm pretty sure he sent it as a message. I'm pretty sure it was like it was the same thing but for Christmas songs. You have to listen to a Christmas song every workout for the entire. You have to listen to a Christmas song every workout for the entire workout up until Christmas Day.
oh,
What song is it? So if you had to listen to one song, one Christmas song, all session, every session until Christmas Day, what would it be?
uh,
What's your favourite Christmas song?
I don't know. I think simply having a wonderful Christmas time is pretty upbeat.
You like that one, yeah?
Yeah. Hasn't Ariana Grande got a Christmas song?
Probably, yeah. She's
Yeah,
fit.
Christmas hits. What's All I Want for Christmas Is You, Mariah
You
Carey.
fancy her? You fancy Ariana Grande?
No, mate. Have you seen her recently? Probably a
No,
bit of trouble.
I fancy her from when I was 20.
Yeah, yeah. I think she's fallen off a bit, mate. Ozempic protocol's been deployed. Yeah, Ariana Grande's got Last Christmas. Oh no, I swear she's got another Christmas song. I'm pretty sure I've heard her, and I'm like, oh, is this Ariana Grande? Ariana Grande Christmas songs. That's literally Santa Tell Me.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Last Christmas, Love Is Everything, Snow in California, Santa Baby, Santa Tell Me. Jesus Christ, she's got like a whole playlist of Christmas songs.
Yeah, but it's just her singing normal Christmas songs. She's
Yeah.
not made all these ones up, mate.
No, but yeah. Fair enough. Mistletoe, Justin Bieber.
Yeah.
Saw that pop up. I'm literally on Spotify now. What would you have as yours? Like,
Um, I was gonna say Jingle Bell Rock because it reminds me of Mean Girls.
okay.
Ever seen Mean Girls?
No, but kinda. You know when you've like it's been on in the background.
What were you doing?
No, I think Sanaya's had it on or something. I don't know.
Oh, oh,
Mean Girls. Is it the one where it's like on Fridays we wear pink? Is that it?
Wednesdays.
Wednesday. Oh, but yeah. So yeah, I have seen it, but I've not
Somebody
like
please clip that up.
the real. That's. I think we need to learn how to do reels here, and it's like Reese discovering that he's got a Mean Girls addiction. I actually watch those. I just watch chick flicks all day. I don't work. Mean Girls. You know the da 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 da, and I need you. Da, 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 da. You know that one? Surely you know that one.
Yeah, I know the song. I'm trying to think what White Chicks.
White
Yeah.
Chicks. Yeah. Yeah.
Um. Oh, rocking around the Christmas tree. That's a good one.
Yeah.
I could listen to that all session, every
Yeah.
session. Jingle Bell Rock's third on this playlist.
Okay.
I don't want any lovey one because I'll cry.
Great.
All I Want for Christmas Is You. No chance. Not having that one on.
No.
Last Christmas I Gave You My Heart. Not having that one on.
No.
The Snowman's quite good by Sia.
Okay. Yeah.
Right,
So,
come on, let's move on.
okay.
Sorry to all the listeners. Anybody
Yeah.
listening, I'm sorry.
About what?
Just
Speaking about Christmas songs.
Us,
Yeah, you
yeah.
never know, man. People, and also, guys, comment. What is your favorite Christmas song? We better get loads of comments.
Yeah, please. If
Yeah.
you're
Oh
listening,
my God, no! I'm sorry. We're not sorry. We're sorry for not getting you guys involved.
we should legit get on this episode. Right, if you're a proper OG listener, just
Yeah.
spam the comments. Just
Yeah.
let's see how many we can get.
I want like 50 comments minimum. Come on. Like, this is what
I
we're
just want to be seeing like when this goes out, I want to see my YouTube blow up and be like, "What the fuck?"
Sound right. Thickness and width back. Great question. Yeah. What have you spent more money on over the years, gym subs or FIFA points? Finn, you spent anything on FIFA points? There's a client who I had a check-in said I was like 1,000,000% FIFA points. I was like, I've been sponsored for like the last couple of years, but then I do think, like, you know, back
when I
in the
was
day,
when I
how
was
much did you used to
younger,
spend? Yeah, how much you used to spend on supplements when we were both like teenagers?
well, when I was younger, I'd spend now and again a fiver on FIFA points, and I'd have to come downstairs and ask my mum if I could use it because it was her card.
Yeah.
And like sometimes I'd just do it anyway.
I'm not telling. You do
Now
absolutely
and again, I'd be like, she won't notice a fiver. Um, usually what I'd do is I'd go, oh, can I do a fiver? And she'd go, yeah, go on then. And I'd usually do a tenner when she said I could do a fiver.
Oh, okay, fair enough. Yeah, you'd be
Um,
like, you can't do less than yeah, this is the minimum.
oh, I pressed it twice.
Yeah.
Um, I would say supplements because yeah, since I turned like I don't know 18, I haven't really played FIFA much.
You bought the last FIFA, wasn't it? Yeah, you did. Not
Yeah,
the last, the one before.
yeah, and I just played it for 5 seconds and then realised I hated it.
Yeah.
That
Yeah,
was
I
so bad.
played
I've told
really?
that story on the podcast.
When I was in Manchester, I played FIFA 2005.
Yeah, so
It's that classic football shirt place. And mate, I swear to you, I played that. I remember it feeling like butterly smooth, moving in and out of the players, mate. It literally felt like I was playing like Lego football. It was like you couldn't even see who the players were other than their skin complexion.
it's
Like
crazy, isn't it?
Dribbble Cisse, I had Dribbble Cisse and Gerrard up front. I put Gerrard up front and was just spamming long shots. And it was like I couldn't barely tell who they were if I just couldn't see the top of their head because when you sprint, they go so pixelated. I was like,
That's
who's that?
scary, isn't it? That's 20 years ago.
Yeah. Oh mate, that's that. That was like my first FIFA that I remember like playing. I played FIFA 2004, but like I think 2005 was the first FIFA I owned.
I remember having I think it was the World Cup 2002, Japan and Korea.
Yeah.
Class. Like you
Yeah.
could taking free kicks, you could set the arrow to go like this and like
Mm.
curve it, like literally like a Roberto Carlos, like go to the corner flag and then go in the top corner.
Did you
Um,
ever see the story about PES 6? Did you ever play PES 6?
I used to play PES, yeah, but only when I went to my mate's house who didn't have FIFA.
Oh, PES 6 was where Adriano had 99 shot power. Do you know like the memes of Adriano? Like have you heard about the stories? Oh, so basically, one of the PES creators loved Adriano as a player, and they gave him like he was the only one over like 95 shot power. So he had like 99 long shots, 99 shot power, and it was like you'd literally just press shoot from anywhere and it'd just fly into the top corner. Like Inter Milan was like the team to be. I think it was like they had him and either like Obafemi Martins or like Melito. I can't remember, but it was like PES 6, Adriano was like the most broken player in any game ever because any time you press shoot, it would just go zoom, straight in the top corner.
Like, do you remember Danny Alves? There was a season on Ultimate Team where you
Mm.
could have Danny Alves and literally just shoot from anywhere it was going.
I think it's probably when he had like team of the season. He had like 8. You know when like back.
It was like this is even before Team of the Season and
Oh
stuff.
really?
Yeah, this is probably like 20 like 14 or 2012. Like they've been but like one of the first whenever the first like few years of Ultimate Team.
Mm. Yeah.
And like he was probably worth like 30 grand, which at the time was like, oh, he's
Oh
expensive.
yeah. I remember like saving for like Suarez in FIFA 11. He was like 5k, and I was like, "Oof, big investment this." You know, like 5k. Like you played like 7 games in like the Gold Cup, and you got to the final once, bottled it. You threw your controller around the room, and you're like, "Great, I can buy Suarez now."
Yeah, you win like you do one of those tournaments and win like 1,500 coins, and then it's like I've got to do this 4 times. It'd be an hour at a time. And you're like, right, now I can
Yeah,
get
then you're buying contracts and stuff and buying fitnesses, and then like you before
not
you know
making any money.
you play 3 hours and you're like, I'm broke. It's like life. It's tax. It's actually what we do. We just work all day. We're like, how are we losing money? Great that. Right. Your one, mate.
What are your thoughts on emotional attachment to a certain exercise?
I think it can be good. It can be bad. It depends really. I think it's probably not. It's not really even exercise. I think it's like certain like probably training like philosophies. Philosophy? No,
Yeah,
philosophy. I
philosophies.
said it correctly. For some reason that just didn't sound correct. Yeah, I think it can be a case where like if you want to do something that's suboptimal, sound, but also what is optimal. Like me and you, for example, those hack squats we did back in Pure Gym were fucking stupid. They would not make sense. We wouldn't really get much out of it now. We'd just get injured, and we probably did get injured back then. But it was good for us just to go in on a movement, do it straight away, and just fucking train hard. And I think again, like if you have a movement that you get really switched on for, cool, crack on, go ahead. You're gonna probably progress than if you're going in and you're like, right, this session is so optimal, but it's so fucking boring that I'm just not enjoying. That can hold you back. But again, I think it's one of those where it's like everything works if you fucking train hard. Like that's probably what you should be thinking of. So yeah,
Yeah, I think it depends on what you'd class as like emotional attachment. If it's just
yeah,
like I really like this exercise and I don't want to change it because I really like it, even though it's maybe starting to cause injury or something that
mm,
I really want to keep it in, you can just reset it. Like you
yeah,
can just work in a higher rep range, add pauses, slow the tempo down, etc. Like there are some exercises that like I would never really not want to have in. Like
yeah,
some form of bent over row, whether it be dumbbell, barbell, whether it be Smith machine, whatever. Like it might be just a T bar, standing T bar.
yeah,
Like I probably want to have that in because I like it,
yeah,
and it generally feels pretty good for me. Yeah, like maybe for other people it might be they really want to do a dumbbell press. So when it comes to a prep and they diet down, they really want to keep it in, but it's maybe not the most productive. You could still keep it in. Like you just probably have to slow it right down and really nail the execution to keep it a bit
yeah,
safer. Might not be the best thing to do, but if you enjoy it and you can get a lot out of it safely, there's nothing wrong with it. And what I would say is like if that emotional attachment gets to the point where it's like you're just constantly getting injured
yeah,
and not making progress because you're constantly getting injured because you're like, well, I have to deadlift or I have to barbell squat, and you're a 160-pound natural bodybuilder trying to do barbell squats with your peak off-season weight on the bar, and you
yeah.
die. It's probably not a good thing to do.
No, man, you can't die as a natural bodybuilder. You can't
Oh
do
yeah,
that.
you're immortal.
Yeah. No, I get that. I think that's kind of nail on the head. It really depends, to be fair. Like I said, positive and negative. So yeah, gym question mark. I'm joining. No idea what you're on about, Aisha. Plus, how's your knee going? These peptides didn't do much for me. Finn, you ever use any peptides?
Not allowed.
Fair enough. Now, I know, but Aisha used some like BPC and TB 500. But I think she only got like what enough for like one or two shots. And I think a lot of people think like peptides are going to fix them within like one administration. And unfortunately, that's not the case. You're going to have to use them pretty consistently for months. I've been doing BPC literally for the last like pretty much daily for the last 14 weeks. And even though my knee is still a bit fucked, it's going to be helping regardless. And at this point, I'm like, I might as well just see if it will help. So yeah, I think like a lot, especially for like if it's like a slight tear, it's probably gonna you don't need to do this with 14 weeks, but like it will definitely accelerate healing processes. But don't get like a vial of BPC and TB 500. Be like, we should do the whole thing in one, like split it up, but get yourself multiple vials so you can do it over a good period of time, and you'll be cool. Or you'd hope you'd be cool. You'd be better off than doing it naturally, because everything naturally doesn't fucking work. Sorry. I feel like it's funny, isn't it? I joke so much about like natural like bodybuilders and stuff. Like I have been more natural more than I've been enhanced, and like I had a comment being
You'd
like,
hope so. I should have been
no,
on
but
here when you were like
I
12.
mean time in the gym, and I had a comment being like it was like Reese Fit, the only guy to constantly hate on natural bodybuilders who's loved by natural bodybuilders. It's like, yeah, because I joke about it. I feel like a lot of people know I'm joking. Like when I like do a dumbbell press, it's like one natural bodybuilder per side. Someone commented on like one of my recent posts, like, "What's the weight on the back offset?" And I was like, "One natural bodybuilder per side." And it got a good amount of likes. So I was like, "Yeah, sound funny."
The thing is, though, like it depends what you determine. Like when you think natural bodybuilder, like a lot of people, and I'm the same. Like when you like what you're saying, I'm thinking of an 18-year-old in the gym,
Yeah, yeah,
gas
yeah.
like blue
Nothing
light blockers on while he
fancy
trains.
or yeah,
Yeah, that's like. But then if you think like, mate, some like when the natties that we were looking at on the WMBF Worlds,
hmm.
like Jesus Christ,
Oh,
like
yeah, yeah. Oh, mate. Apparently, Jacob told me that Julian put up a reel regarding those natural bodybuilders,
yeah, he
and
did.
Yemi commented
Did he?
saying that Yemi said he'd make them look natural.
I don't think he would the top guys.
No.
Yemi's really good. Like he is great.
Yeah,
Uh,
Yemi is good.
But
The
yeah, I think I don't think, especially the big bodybuilders. Yeah, like the classic, like
oh yeah, definitely.
classic guys. Yeah, he would. But like especially like Babacar and the Professor, like Samuel Hartman, like those guys, like
Samuel looks like a classic dude though. I'm guessing he'd be in a
yeah,
classic weight.
Samuel is classic, and Samuel's like he's big, but like he would look small next to Yemi. He would.
Hmm. Would you say who would win out of like the classic like Babacar and like the top? Like, let's say it's the overall lineup. I think Yemi wins the overall like in those nights. I don't think he does personally.
I don't know. Like it's hard to say when they're stood next to each other. I think him against Babacar, like I don't know. It's hard to say. How much is Yemi weighing when he's on stage? Like
I don't know. I don't pay attention enough. But judging off stage photos, I wouldn't say Yemi. I'd say if that was the overall lineup, I'd say Yemi finishes below Sam and below the overall winner, and then the guy to the left of the overall winner. I'd say Yemi would. If it was a five-man lineup, Yemi finishes fourth in that kind of overall battle.
I think he'd.
That's based off bodybuilding though. If they're basing off classic, I'd probably say it'd be him and Sam.
Off classic, he probably wins it. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, I'd probably say so. But actual like bodybuilding for bodybuilding,
Yeah,
yeah,
I don't think he'd beat Babacar.
no, no chance. So I don't know the whole about I make them look natural. Like Yemi's shape is fantastic, but when it comes to actual muscle mass, like these natty guys are probably like more complete, or definitely more complete, but like more impressive, should we say? Like, and I think again, like this probably goes by these guys like followers. Like you look at, and this again, followers do not dictate anything, but like these natural dudes are like genuinely elite level
Yeah,
bodybuilders.
those are like top.
Like,
It's like
yeah,
Babacar's
it's
like
like
almost like
It's
in
like Yemi
Philly.
saying he beat Sebum. Like it's like, sorry, you're not at that level, bro. Like
Yeah.
these guys are like, in my opinion, like at that sort of like top 1.01% to the point where it's like it kind of is a bit peculiar to say that because it's like these guys are better than you in what they do. They just don't take steroids.
Yeah.
You know.
They are good, but you don't know like until they're stood next to each other.
No, you don't. No, no, you don't. I just saw I had Jacob mention it, and he goes, "Did you see his comment?" I was like, "No, I didn't." But when he said it, I was like, "That's not a surprise. Like that's a normal sort of thing I'd expect from him." But I don't think it would be the case.
Have to try and that would be cool if it was to like.
Yeah.
Obviously, I was going to say if you were to be able to see it, like you could, like the Natty guys could just go into a different show, but like I don't know how it'd work. You know, imagine if like at the end of the year there was like a WMBF like or well like a natural like the top natural guys
Yeah.
versus the top enhanced guys. Like obviously it wouldn't be like direct comparisons. You
Mm.
know how like they do it in overalls where it's like who fits the class best,
Yeah.
that kind of thing. So it'd be like Babacar against Samson, just to see what it looks like. It'd be cool.
Yeah.
It'd be cool to see it.
It would be like a. I'm trying to think. Like it'd be like literally an overall between all shows. Like I think if it'd be like let's say a female footballer goes and takes on like a male footballer.
No, it would.
No, 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 but I mean it in the way of like Barcelona female league, like with the I don't know the winners of the Champions League. It was just like like I don't know, just having a bit of fun. Mate, Lizzie Ryder beats everybody. She's the best natural bodybuilder of all time, isn't she?
Yeah, she is. Yeah.
Great, right. Is it your question? Is it my question?
It can be. Would you rather, this is for me, would you rather train like a hybrid athlete indefinitely or become an enhanced bodybuilder? You have to pick one and start from tomorrow. Join Reese or do a High Rocks.
Mate, what's your answer?
Well, train like a hybrid athlete indefinitely means I can't train like a bodybuilder and I just have to train for, if I just have to train for High Rocks, that's literally just like running and then these different activities like sled pulls and pushes and I can't remember what they all are. um,
Kind of.
so I would probably just become enhanced so I can just keep training like a normal, like I want to, like a normal bodybuilder. I was
I
going to
want
say
to say, about this, like, this is such a strange thing. You know how people like immediately drop down and go, "Oh yeah, I'm going to do this."
it's one or the other. Yeah,
I can understand. Do you know, like the back end of a prep? You probably, to be fair, you fucking hated training. But like, when you get to the end of a prep and like you have that like, oh fuck, like okay, I'm not being judged on my physique as much. I definitely think like I'm probably more motivated afterwards to make improvements. But I more mean it in the way I can understand that bodybuilding can be a bit invasive, where you're just a bit like, fuck, I just crave some normality. But that's never been like training. Like if I was to retire today, let's say I get my bloods back by Atlas Labs recently, and they're fucked, and I'm like I cannot enhance bodybuild ever again. I wouldn't stop training the way I train. Like, I
I just
wouldn't just
compete
go.
in two bros natties in 3 years.
Oh yeah, sound yeah. Like and get made look natural by Yemi. Um, I wouldn't ever just like stop training to the same like in 10 years. As long as I'm able to, I'll still train the way I'm training. Like in 20 years, if I'm still able to, I'd still train the way I'm training. Like I don't get why people go from this like complete 180 of lifestyles where it's like I can't bodybuild and now I need to do something that's functional and fit.
I
You
get
know,
it. If it's like if
this is
you
like
lose
what
enjoyment,
crack on.
if you lose enjoyment of that sort of style of training and you want to try something that's still challenging
Mm,
but in a different way, like when people like go into that kind of hybrid style or they start running, and I can see why people do it from a even just basically people want to have something that's different
yeah.
all the time, and bodybuilding isn't that. Like, if you are craving something new and different every week, that's not really bodybuilding. Like, especially in an off season, like you're just aiming to progress your lifts. Like,
Mm,
yeah, that can still be seen as something new because it's like, oh, I've got a new progression, but like realistically, bodybuilding is very monotonous. So if you are craving something new and exciting every week, but the thing is, anything you do, like it becomes the norm. If you started running, the
yeah.
first few times it'd probably be really fun, and you go, oh, I really like this. Oh, it's fucking hard. It's challenging. I quite like the challenge. Or if you did high rocks, or if you did CrossFit, or if you did a different sport, or picked up a different language, or whatever, like it's fun and it's new and it's exciting. It's like challenging, and then it becomes the norm. Right? Anything. I feel like with bodybuilding, like you get rewarded for that in the long term. You do with anything. You get rewarded for sticking at it. But yeah, I if I had to choose one, I mean, I don't know. I've kind of got to stay down that natty route. I've got to fly that flag, haven't I? So
Nah, man. You're never going to be AJ Morris, so it doesn't matter.
no, I'm not. We need to jab him.
Yeah.
So
So you can
go
become
back
the
down.
AJ.
Yeah.
You can. I wonder if he just passes everything over to you. Like,
Sorry,
if you were
mate.
to jab him and you'd be like, and like you going, mate, I need MBW password, admin information, and he's like, okay, you can have it, you can have it, and then you just like send him off to a different country. If not, you're gonna pin him. Oh, that'd be so bad. I wonder what would happen. You know, if let's say you were to inject him, if we were to literally pin him down, because obviously we're breaking some serious laws. But like, what would happen to us, and what would happen to AJ? Would AJ do a
Would
real
we
thing?
would we go to prison?
I don't know. If we're not, then mate, I think we could. AJ, watch out. Yeah, I wonder what would happen. It surely would be a law, but it's not like we're giving him like AIDS or something. We're just giving him a shot of testosterone. We're just giving him a shot of test. What do you reckon happens?
Surely that is like there'll be a law where you can't just randomly inject somebody with a substance they don't know what it
Yeah,
is.
let's say, for example, we paid somebody and it was like an assassination attempt, but it wasn't to kill him; it was to inject him a test. Do you reckon AJ comes out and speaks about that? Like, do you reckon if, let's say, someone snuck into his house, like we paid him, stuck into his house, this is getting so deep, injects him with testosterone, do you reckon he comes out
Do
and
they get laws as well?
yeah, oh yeah, Defo, yeah, Defo gets lost. To be fair, she competes in more like natty shows or untested shows, so it doesn't matter. She can just do PCA for like whatever. But anyway, do you reckon AJ comes out and is open about it? Like, if only we knew. Do you reckon he's gonna have a real like, hey guys, I'm now
Somebody snuck in last night.
some, like he's like in tears and he's like, we're just laughing because we paid this guy. We're like, great. He's like, someone stuck in last night. He's like, I didn't want to be sharing this news, but I've been administered with a shot of testosterone.
I don't think I don't think if that happened to me, I don't think I would. I don't know because I'd be like, I can't compete naturally anymore. I'm a cheat. I'm a big cheat. I can't do it.
Yeah. And then worse is, like, imagine if you didn't tell anybody, like AJ doesn't tell anybody, and we were like sending him letters, like anonymous letters, being like, "We know you're again. We put out there."
All right, guys, this is not gonna happen. All right, AJ, if you're watching, mate, rest
Please
easy.
don't, yeah, please don't block us and
Yeah,
just like run away from us when we see you next.
imagine.
Yeah, I go up to him, go to fist bump him, and he just starts running off the other direction. I'm like, AJ, man, what the fuck?
You know what is scary though is like it really would be like, for example, you could very very easily, whenever we're training, when I'm doing a set, you could literally just go, bang.
Or, mate, even easier. Imagine I give you a pre-workout that's just Anavar crush.
Yeah.
You know? Like, hey, mate, you fancy a sip of this? And I'm like, ah, joke's on you. 100 milligram out of
Crazy
Anavar.
that, isn't it, though? Like,
Yeah.
it is weird that. Because then, like, you've not got a leg to stand on. You know what I mean? Like, if you
Well,
go
you
into a
can't have
polygraph,
it. 'Cause it's not gonna. If you were to have one shot of testosterone, you're still not going to go within a super physiological range. Like you would still pass drug tests because you wouldn't go super phys.
yeah, not when
You're
you're doing a polygraph and you're
yeah
like,
no, but
oh, my mate did it.
wait, did they ask you like because they ask they say because have you ever taken steroids? Because the answer is no. If you haven't ever taken it.
Well, I have if I've done that. If you've given me
Yeah, no, but if you've been pinned by someone else, you're like, no, I've never taken steroids. My body might have, but I've never
I've been
actually. Yeah.
forced to take them.
Steph, I promise, please let me compete tomorrow.
I can't remember what they were. I can't remember the exact questions.
Well, yeah.
Maybe it's like,
Or you just sign up to the WNBF show like 2 days before, and then they don't have spaces for the polygraphs, and you'll be
yeah,
cool.
yeah, I
That's what
know.
you need to do. That's a hack, by the way, guys. If you ever take steroids and you want to compete WNBF, just sign up 2 days before.
Don't think you'd be able to.
You can. I had two guys do it literally, and they didn't get polygraphed. So I was like, right,
That's why you made him do it.
super draw. I was like, come on, let's get it in. Yeah, that was the year. That was last year when Finn was like, you have all these natties that are just doing untested shows. Are you sure they're natty? And I was like, yeah. Mm, mm. Right. Rank some of your best junior bodybuilders, but like 20 and under, up and coming.
So they're not juniors.
Uh, Rank some of your best junior. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe let's just do junior bodybuilders.
That's just younger bodybuilders, yeah.
Yeah,
I've got Drew, who I posted the other day.
yeah.
He's very good. He'll be on stage next year. I think people that haven't competed yet, so people that will be on stage next year. Drew, I've got Matt Kovacs. They're both teens. I'm trying to think if I've got any other teens next year. Sorry if I have to anybody. Juniors, Josh Campbell
Hmm.
will be a junior next time he competes. Noah will be a junior next time he competes.
How old is Noah?
22,
I feel like he's been 22 for like.
21.
Yeah.
I know, I feel like he's older than he is.
Yeah. Was he a teen when he
He's
competed?
aged about 10 years since
Yeah.
since he last competed.
Was he a teen when he competed?
Yeah, he was a teen, yeah.
Wow, fair.
Competed against Josh Bogdani, didn't he?
Yeah.
That was that year that Josh won everything.
Mm.
To be fair, it's crazy. The teen standard, like, since
Last
then,
2 years.
like, yeah, like Josh was good, really good. Like, and to be fair, that Josh, Jack,
Yeah.
and Conrad were like the top three, weren't they?
Yeah.
And then it was Josh Campbell last year,
Hmm.
Jacob, Presley, Will,
Yeah.
like
I
Finley.
feel like, again, maybe we didn't probably pay that much attention, but teen class before 2022 was like I remember us looking at Conrad.
Rarely, yeah.
We were like to Conrad, like, mate, you're ridiculous for a teenager. Where like Conrad was good, but like compared to like Jacob, Josh, for example, like Will, like Presley, like Conrad was like decent, like good. Like
Yeah.
he won a show, he got second in British finals, beat Jack. Jack won at one show, like. But like I felt like that year was like shit. Teenage bodybuilding, like naturally, is like fucking class. Like,
Started
really
getting
good.
better and better, yeah.
Yeah, for me, I'd say to be fair, like most of my men's physique guys next year, like Pat Jones is 19 now, like he'll be 20 next year. You know the little Filipino kid, he'll be really good. Obviously Jacob's still 19, like he'll be 20 next month, so that's someone. Oscar actually asked the question, so I'm gonna say Oscar, but Oscar, you need to get fucking way more jacked. Otherwise, when I had the question, I had like 4 people in my head that I was like,
Will Holmes, mate. You
Will,
can't
yeah,
have
that's
Will
yeah,
Holmes.
Will, mate. Will's gonna be a fucking freak. Like, it's actually like that's quite scary how he looks at like this sort of point. Like we spoke about him before, but he'll be, in my opinion, like I think probably like the most muscled teenage bodybuilder I think has ever stepped on stage in the UK. Like naturally, I think like I'd be stunned if he's not like he'll be somebody that walks out and you'll just be like, what the actual fuck is that? Because like Josh Campbell, for example, shaped beautifully. Jacob's got really good shape. Will is like a fucking open bodybuilder at 17. Like, it doesn't make sense. Like, dense tissue, like fucking 200 pounds, like close to peeled. Like he'll be on stage at like 190 to 200 pounds as like a first time a fucking 18, 19-year-old. It doesn't really make sense. Like
Yeah.
it's quite scary when you think about it because he's our height. Like he's not like he's like 6'2" and anything like that. He like fucking plays football every week still, and it's like plays centre back, goes and deadlifts fucking 260, and he's like and he's got homework the following day, and it's like the fuck, just like fucking stupid. Like really really fucking good. So yeah, Will was definitely one. There was a few more that I was thinking for next year. Like that I was trying to think in my head. I was like I literally had a list in my head that I was like, oh yeah, they'll be really good. Got a lad called Alfie who has got wicked shape. Alfie Carter. He needs to grow a bit, but he'll be class. Conran still a junior, which is pretty fucking cool. Um, yeah, I'm literally looking through my list now. I've got next year's got some real fucking good guys, which is exciting. So yeah, it'll be a good year, that's for sure.
To be fair, like I don't see them as juniors, but
Hmm.
Brandon G and Ed, they're both still
Yeah.
juniors next year. Like that's crazy. Like because they're both very well muscled and both very mature. Ed
Hmm.
maybe not so much, um, but like to say they're juniors again, like
Yeah.
junior bodybuilding. Like think how many years the juniors have been the best class or
Yeah.
close to the best class. I feel like probably for the past like 3 to 5 years, like there's always like juniors that are very 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 good.
Yeah. I've got you know that I've showed you that Will, you know that Will Matthias kid. You know as a
Yeah.
kid, he's not like men's physique next year. I'll have him, Josh. So took Josh Doherty,
Is
who's
he doing it again?
yeah, he's actually. This is going to be a prep. This is actually what we were aiming for. Yeah, he's done fucking 3 years on the bounce, pretty much. Yeah, Josh is doing PCA finals. Pat's doing PCA finals. I've got Finley Roberts competing again next year. If he listens to me, Finley, please listen to me. If Finley listens to me, he'll fucking win every pro card he goes for, probably. So he just needs to fucking listen. But yeah, men's physique next year for me is like I've got like 10 guys probably in men's physique, and they're all like really fucking good.
Yeah.
This year I only had like 2 or 3, and last year it was like most of my guys were men's physique. So yeah, it's always cool because I feel like it kind of flip flops. You know, like the guys that you say you're going to get on stage, like they compete, and then the next year they're going to compete. Like I think Pat's going to compete next year. Both Pats, Pat Jones and then Pat Wowshek, however you pronounce his name. He's like 20. He's still fucking like 22 or something. It's like I coached you for 2 years, bro. You weren't like 19 or 20 when you
Oh,
started.
yeah.
You were 22 2 years ago, bro. Don't lie. So yeah, exciting. Right, your question, mate.
To be fair, who asked you that question?
Oscar Fitness.
Oh,
Oh my guys.
you know Josh with loads of H's 651.
Yeah, yeah.
He asked what clients are you excited to have on stage next year. So kind of covered that. Um, although to be fair, I do have quite a lot of other clients I am excited about. But we'll move on because we've been talking about our clients for a while.
Yeah.
What clients are you excited about? Da, da, da. Thanks for the jokes about my name last pod.
No.
So
I
I
actually got a message off that being like, the bit about Josh with the loads of H's was hilarious. And I was like, I didn't really think it was.
not that funny.
Yeah.
Bailey, shout out to Bailey. What are the best things from the Conte Black Friday sale? Anything, as long as you use Fin30.
Oh, yeah, it's Reese 30. Especially the cream for ice, bro. You've been mentioning it a lot. Like,
Get the
yeah.
salted caramel.
I wonder who Bailey used. I feel like he's used my code, bro. Did he use your code?
I prefer not to speak.
Did he say you use your
I
code?
prefer not to speak.
Does he use your code?
I don't know.
No, come on, I need to know. Does Bailey use your code then?
I don't know, mate. I couldn't tell you.
He's a natural bodybuilder. He is coached by Lewis. You're more similar to Lewis. I get that. It's sound, you know.
But yeah, I'd just keep using mine, Bailey.
Does he say that he uses your code?
No, so he used mine when he got some. He got a T-shirt. He said next time I'll use Reese, so it's fair.
That's fair enough. Fair enough. Well, either way, mate, Billboard Challenge I fucking destroyed you, bro. So it's like I don't need the
Yeah,
saying.
mate. I've had a lot going on. All right.
Yes, and I bottled it in the last week.
I
Last week
haven't been. I haven't been pushing it.
leading 11 weeks out of 12, and I bottled it in the last week. Awful, not good. Craziest thing you've seen happen in client training clip slash check-in. Finn's my client, and he had an awful story leaving someone's house the other day that we mentioned at the end of the podcast that Finn told me about.
That's not. That's not your client.
you're my client now, mate. Don't worry
It
about it.
wasn't a check-in.
I'll keep you. So yeah, it was. You checked in. You're like, hey mate, can I do the check in on normal time as well? Yeah, sure. What's up, man? Yeah, craziest thing I've seen. I don't really know. Like,
Check-in photos, I've had people like doing funny stuff,
yeah,
but I wouldn't be like, that's crazy. Like, I can't think of a training clip where anything awful's happened,
no,
which is good, really, because it means that they're doing things properly and they're not getting injured.
yeah. I'm trying to think. I've not really. I don't think I've ever had like anybody send me through something like mental. I remember. This is again a bit off topic. Well, it's not really. I had a client once check in with me, and they said that their girlfriend had been like hit by a drunk driver, and she was in hospital like with a fucking neck brace and stuff. And I remember being like, "What the fuck?" Like that was like,
That is pretty
imagine
crazy.
being. It was crazy. Yeah, I was like, fair enough, mate. I wasn't expecting that. Like,
Did
thanks
you,
for
did you
telling
still
me.
get your session in though, yeah?
Yeah, I was like, hey, I was like, and also, mate, I was like, you missed a meal on this day. Like, yes, I know you were at the hospital, but I'm sure there was some protein around you. So,
You
like,
could have. You obviously just don't want it.
yeah, you obviously don't want it enough, mate. All right, cool. No, but I remember that being like, what the fuck? 'Cause that was a bit like eye opening. Um, but yeah, no. Otherwise, I can't really think about like any training clips, unfortunately. Shit podcast, guys. Sorry. Dislike.
Um,
Comment for the reason why we're so shit.
Please
Uh,
comment
Please comment, guys. Actually, what's the craziest thing that you've done that
in the
you've told
gym.
your coach?
God, we're gonna have loads of comments.
Yeah, right. Your question.
Um, Alfie asked, "How did you become a PT, Finn?" Well, Alfie, I did my first year at uni, and then I realised that it was not very fun and didn't really enjoy it. So I then did a PT qualification through a company called the Training Rooms, where I basically went in for 6 weeks, 2 days a week, and then everything else was online. So it was kind of like a semi-intensive one because like 6 weeks pretty quick. Um, and then I basically passed and became a PT that way.
First,
Then I went to Pure Gym. That was
and who
it.
did you meet there?
Met loads of people.
That's me. That was great. You missed those pure gym days, mate.
Um, to be fair, like thinking back, there were like Pure Gym. It was quite like as much as I would not want to be back working there as much as I did and everything. Like
Hmm.
looking back, like look, were some good times there.
Yeah.
Like
How long were you
at
there
the
for?
time, probably a couple of years.
Yeah.
At the time, like when I was first like getting clients and getting busier and stuff, I loved it. Like obviously, I'd always worked like retail and stuff, so doing something that I enjoyed and being in the gym all the time and like helping people train and pushing people, like it was class. Like I really, really enjoyed it. Then it got to a point where it was like I was very busy with it to the point where my own training wasn't quite as fun because I was just in the gym all day, every
Yeah.
day. And then also like I think I got to a point where it was like I don't want to be just working with people who just need someone to motivate them on that. Like
Yeah.
also it's like just someone to talk to a lot
Yeah.
of the time. I had some really good clients who would
Hmm.
like just like fucking love. I'd love training them, but then you'd also have the clients where it was like you're
Yeah.
literally just
See
there
see
to
the end, and you were like, oh.
yeah. You say like right, we're doing it. Oh, like just constantly like they're literally paying you because well, one obviously they need that sort of push and that motivation, but they also just want someone to moan to,
Hmm.
and that's draining like for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, I did enjoy it. Like I wouldn't be. I don't think back on it as being like, oh fucking hell, I hated PT and PT and
Yeah.
like I had to become an online coach. Like I think for a lot of people that are like, oh, so obsessed about going online, like unless you're so busy as a PT where it just doesn't make sense and you're like flooded with inquiries for online, just stay as a PT. Like there's no
Yeah.
rush.
Yeah. I feel like that people look upon like getting online as like the progression ladder. And they're like, "Oh, I need to do this." When in reality, it's like if you've got like, let's say, 5 online clients, and you've got like, and you're, let's say you should earn like 1.5 grand a month. You're earning the minimum wage. Don't go online, bro, because that's gonna half, and then you're basically unemployed. Like you are unemployed effectively. You might have 5 guys online.
Yeah, I
You know?
don't. I wouldn't go like I like for example with when I was at Pure Gym. I worked the shift for quite a long time until it got to a point where I was like, right, I'm earning enough now to pay the rent.
Mm,
So those extra shifts, it was like, I think it was 15 hours at the time. It's like those 15 hours, I can make way more money than the 600 quid rent that I'm paying.
Yeah.
So it was like, right, I'll do that. And then from there, it obviously ended up being where like COVID happened. But even then, it was like, right, once I get to like the point where I'm earning more from PT and from online than I am from PT, and I'll like transfer across.
Yeah.
But like because of COVID, I had to like jump into that a bit sooner.
Yeah.
Um,
I think a lot of people though go from like let's say that 15 hours or whatever that could be spent productively. Like you could be on the gym floor speaking to people, like engaging in conversations that are going to be beneficial, putting content out, all that sort of stuff. But most PTs just sit in the staff room on their phone,
yeah,
just passing time, and it's like that's no wonder you're not busy, you know. And I
yeah,
also think as well, like this isn't anything against PTs because there's going to be some PTs that are fucking racking it in and they love it. But like a lot of the people that we probably know that were PTing 5 years ago that's still PTing, it's like there's probably a reason why
yeah,
because you
mate.
have
There's loads that are
yeah
still, I think, still at the Pure Gym now. They were when I was in Loughborough. Obviously, they were still there, and like
yeah
literally, like they don't have any clients. You know, it's
yeah
like because they don't get results because they don't really care. Like they don't
yeah
actually put effort in. Like I this without sounding arrogant, like within a few months, I think I was probably the busiest PT there
hmm,
because I actually cared.
yeah.
I looked the part in terms of I actually looked after myself and I trained and like I presented myself well. Like the amount of
You used to
PTs that
wear a really tight Pure Gym t-shirt
I
as well.
did, yeah, get my arms out.
Yeah
But like the amount of PTs that would just look scruffy,
yeah
regardless of like their own personal appearance, like but they just didn't actually like care. You know what I mean? Like I'm not saying they have to be really fucking good looking or anything, but like actually look after yourself.
You know, this again is going to sound cocky. You know you've seen the Wayne Rooney overlap clip where he's like, I got into the first team, and I
I
thought like,
knew I was better than them all.
yeah, he was like, they're all shit.
Yeah.
Like honestly, I think like growing up is a bit like that, where like the
You
coaches,
realise that adults don't know everything.
yeah, or like whatever, or like people in the work industry, and it's like I remember first year COVID going to get like I had to do like an apprenticeship, and I went to a gym because I had to do it for part of my uni course and like I explained what I was doing, and I like tried to make myself sound like I was doing like well, like I said, oh, I've got like 5 clients. This is what I'm doing. I'm doing this on social media. I was just starting out, and the guy was like, "Oh my god, this is amazing," and I was like, "I'm not that good," but he was like, I literally remember like looking at everyone else, and I'm like, "Oh, that's because no one else trains. Like they're PTs, they don't train. They don't look after themselves. Like when it comes to like their hair's, as you said, like scruffy. They're on their phone constantly. They don't have a social media presence," and I'm like, oh shit. And it's like I think most aspects of life, like you get to certain points, and again it sounds cocky, but I'll have conversations with coaches that I used to look up to. They'll say something to me and I'm like, what the fuck? You know, like what the fuck, bro? Like fair play, but that doesn't make sense. And again, that's not me being a dick. It's just the honest assessment of like I feel like when you're younger, you look at these guys and you're like, "Buck, he's gonna know his shit," or "This guy's gonna be really good." You get there and you're like, "No, they're shit. They're
It
not that
is,
good."
yeah, I know what you mean. Like I remember even like perfect example, like when I think it was like one of my first shifts at Pure Gym, like you have to shadow and obviously
Mm.
like see what they do. I remember I was shadowing this PT and like he was just like saying like going around talking to people and he's just chatting shit and like I was like laughing. I was like, this guy does not have a clue. Like
Mm.
at that point, I like you go in thinking that all these PTs are amazing.
Yeah,
They know way more than me. They train way better than me. They've got way more muscle than me. And then you realise that, oh, actually, like that's not the case at all.
yeah, yeah, I agree. Yeah, right. What are you using to record your sets for Instagram? Quality looks pretty mint. iPhone 15, mate. What phone have you got, Finn? You got 15? You got 14?
I think this is the 14 still.
Yeah, the new one's out, but I don't know. I feel like
I just
still.
wait until mine's like
Yeah,
I just upgrade it when it needs it. I look after my phone, so like I never feel like I need the newest one.
yeah, no, I get that. Your
But
last
when
phone
it
was absolutely cooked, I swear. It was like the memory on it, whatever, storage.
maybe that was the one before.
Yeah. Right. Train like Branch or legs like Tom Platz forever with Techno Gym. What? I'll say train back like Branch or legs like Tom Platz forever with Techno Gym plus pure gym music. Does that make sense? So do I have to just train like Branch or do I have a back like Branch and legs, but I have to train? Okay. Would you have a back like Branch Warren and legs like Tom Platz if you could only train with pure gym music and Techno Gym equipment?
would I be able to do that?
No, no, no. Would you take that trade if I said you immediately have Branch Warren's barn door back and Tom
And Tom
Platz's
Platz's
legs?
legs.
Yeah, but like you're only ever going in on the techno gym
Yeah,
leg
I'd
press.
take that.
Really? So
Because
you
my back and my legs are shite. My chest's all right.
yeah, you'd actually be a decent bodybuilder.
That'd be class.
Yeah, you would be. Yeah, that like completes your physique. Fair play. But look, mate, imagine like Branch Warren's back on you, and then like just like
Yeah, but if I had Tom Platz's legs, it wouldn't look that bad. My chest, my arms, my delts would just look a bit small.
no, they would look mate. Like Tom Platz is like huge sweeping quads to your non-existent calves or hamstrings.
Nah,
Sorry.
I've got his legs. I've got his
Oh
all.
yeah, okay, fair enough. Sorry, I read it as like maybe just quads. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, legs. Imagine like a side chest though. Your lower half would be huge, and then you
Nah,
have like
mate, my upper body's all right. My side chest, one of my
mate,
good poses.
nah, man. Like Branch Warren,
Your side chest is awful. You can't pose.
mate, my side chest is way better as well.
Jacob beat you.
Branch Warren's back on you. Like he would make you look natty. You'd look your front
I'd be
would look
like
natty.
this.
Your arms
I
would
won't
look
be able
natty.
to, I won't be able to keep myself upright.
Mate, your arms would look natty. You'd look natty like Yemi makes the other guys look natty.
Yeah, I know. I knew you were going to say that.
Yeah.
Right. This is from Peter Gardner. Very good physique.
Okay.
The guy who, do you remember, he won he won a lot. He won the PCA show that Nath did. Who's that guy? He also won the UKFBA show that Nath did. He's Nath's arch nemesis.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah. You'd recognise him.
Okay.
Sanaya said he was a pretty boy when you weren't there.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
What's his name? No, what's it? Peter Gardner. I'm typing this guy up now. Hey, mate. Seriously. Oh no. I think Sanai. Yeah, Sanai was. Yeah, I do know who he is. Thanks for bringing back some awful memories. We
So he
worked
asked,
on it. We spoke about it, right?
advice for someone starting out in the fitness industry, personal training / online coach. So I feel like kind of bits that we've just gone through
Yeah.
kind of help that. So if you were to be personal training, like things that we just said not to do, and the thing is, Pete is definitely a presentable guy. He's got a good physique. He's a good looking guy. Sanaya fancies him. All these things are great. He, I imagine, can be quite personable. Like go around, chat with people. Online, like I don't really. I think he's posted a bit like from his season, but I don't really see much of his Instagram. But like, mate, you've got a great physique. You've probably got loads of good content of your physique. Like post about it. Also post about the fact that you're probably not looking as good now because you're in a gaining phase and you're in an off season and you're not supposed to look quite as good anymore. So post about that because people want to know about that and people will relate to that because they'll also be going through that. Yeah, just like post and be yourself. Like before, again, like with especially, I don't know about you, mate, but like before I even ever thought that this would be my job, I just used to like, if anybody goes back and looks at my YouTube, my first videos on YouTube, it is literally just me pissing around,
Yeah.
training, doing stuff, showing you what I eat, going on holidays. There's a video of me playing squash with one of my old PT clients. Like it's literally just me. Like if go back and watch those, like you'll see like. And back then I was never thinking what's going to get me clients.
No.
Like I literally didn't. I didn't start YouTube to potentially get online coaching clients. Like I literally just started because I was like, some of the guys that I watch on YouTube, I think it's pretty cool. I'm going to start one.
Yeah.
I never even thought of it from like a monetary standpoint. It was literally just almost accidental marketing. Same with the podcast. When we started the podcast, did we ever say once, maybe we'll get clients from it?
No.
No.
We had it as a let's just chat about what we were chatting about.
Yeah.
Like, it'd be cool.
I don't think we thought about that once. Like I'd never thought this podcast might do really well and get us clients. No.
Yeah.
Same with YouTube, but like the amount of clients that I've got from YouTube or podcasts, like crazy.
Yeah, I think
So
it's
just
like you just have to post yourself and like
put yourself out there, yeah.
and just be authentic and just be yourself. Like, there's a few people that we've seen this year that literally all their fucking content is just like prep throwbacks afterwards, and it's like you could tell in the prep that it wasn't genuine. Like it probably isn't going to be if you're just posting like the highlights. Like you're probably not part of the reason why social media is a bit of a skewed place, but be yourself, post yourself, and also like you have to think everything's going to be perfect. Like me and you, when we used to post probably physique photos when we were in our teenage years, objectively we probably looked pretty naff, but we were like, yeah, just post it anyway. Like we didn't think like, oh, it has to be perfect. Like a lot of people, especially nowadays, because everyone's like accessible through social media. Yeah, you think you have to look fucking stupidly good or whatever. Like I remember I've said this story loads where Josh Croggan spoke to me before I didn't even competed. I was a natty, and he said it was something that he saw on my story, and I was like, I didn't even know you looked at my stuff, because like Josh was like, in my head, a seasoned competitor. He'd competed like 2 years on the trot, and I was like, not even. I didn't compete it. Like to me, I had no time in the game. But like Josh was seeing what I was doing, and like he knew who I was, and I was like, what the fuck? But that's again, you build those sort of relationships up from posting yourself, being authentic, and just putting yourself out there. And if people don't like it, then who the fuck cares? Like I've been asked so many times, like content plans, stuff like that. It's like I never think to myself, I need to post this or this will do well. I literally just have ideas, have some fun, and go from there. The real Jacob was literally just a fucking funny idea that I thought, yeah, let's just pose, it'll be fun. And it was. Like, it was good fun to look at, and stuff like that. But that wasn't like trying to do really well or whatever. If I was trying to do really well, I'd stay lean all year. I'd post reels of me talking about training tips in tank tops, and it would just be a case of just milking the algorithm. And I would make far more money. And I'm tempted every single day to do that.
I was gonna say, mate, let's do it.
Yeah, no, I'm so tempted. No, I could easily, like, and this is again, like, I no doubt, if I wanted to have 300 to 500k followers and probably make 20 to 30k, 40k extra a month, I probably could. Like, I definitely could if I was to go down that route. It wouldn't be hard. I'd just stay fucking 110 kilos. I'd maintain a decent shape, but that's not in line with what I want to do competitive wise. And also, I could do that fucking whenever. So basically, just give me a few more years, guys, and I'm gonna sell out. All right, sounds
But
cool.
also, it's like, what is it like? For example, what would that be? That wouldn't be you. You know what I
No, it
mean?
wouldn't
Like
be. No,
you
no,
going,
the shelf life would be so small.
yeah, like you got to do what is you. You know, like when I, like for example, like when I post about like training and put that on my stories about like
Yeah,
training cues and stuff. Like, I enjoy that. Like I
yeah.
like that. But like people do it who just do it to try and get people to look at their stories or think they know what they're on about. Like
We
I
used to
used
do
to
that
do,
after every single session.
I used to do that like 5 years ago, didn't I? Like literally every single session, every exercise, why I'm doing it, what it
Yeah.
is, what my
We do it
progression
on our
was.
stories. We do in lockdown. We used to do it on our stories
Yeah.
every single session.
But I enjoy that. You know what I mean? We didn't do it because we thought, oh, maybe that people will see it. Like I remember I used to do it in Pure Gym. Like I'd film something, I'd write on it. Like I used to like doing that. And I still do like doing that. It's just having the time to do it. Like, but yeah, it's. I guess the overwhelming factor from all that would be like find what you enjoy, do that, post about it,
Yeah,
and
I agree.
over time you'll get people who vibe with you and will probably want you to help them for PTing or coaching.
Yeah, spot on. Right, last question for me. Would you do Rich Piana's 8-hour arm workout if it was 50% more effective?
Yeah, I love training arms.
Well, you see, let's say, for example, it would literally, let's say a linear scale. So we knew the more time you spent in the gym, no matter what, the more progress you're going to make. How much time would you spend in the gym a day?
Just as many hours as you could.
Mm, yeah.
Would it? What if I did check-ins in the gym?
What do you mean, like, in between sets?
No, do I have to be training to get the growth, or do I just have
Yeah,
to be in a gym?
you have to train. You can't just spend time. You're in the gym and it's like photosynthesis. There's a plant, so you're
I
like in
probably
sequence, you
you
start
could be
growing.
really efficient with your time. Like you could get in the gym at, let's say, well, no, you could. Yeah, I don't know. Like I could definitely be if it was literally that. If it was like right, the longer you're in the gym, the more progress you're going to make.
Yeah,
I'd probably work from like 5 a.m. until like 1 and just
yeah,
say right, that's when I do my work.
yeah.
And everybody, right, that's when I work, and I'm done at
Yeah.
that point. And then I'd go to the gym at 1:30, and I'd stay till like 8:30.
Yeah, I feel like this is when like having your own gym would be like a real good cheat code.
So that would be
You know,
cool.
like
Yeah.
yeah, because if you had your own gym, you'd literally be like, well, I'm here anyway. Like Jakob, for example, there's no reason why you're not fucking jacked. Like if you're in the gym and your whole job is to literally be at a gym, like fucking hell, I'd be huge. I'd be there 24/7. Like my job is literally to fucking grow muscle and just say hello to people on the door. Yeah.
That's all
If
it
that's
is.
the case, we
All
need
it
our own
does.
fucking gym. That'd be fucking great.
Yeah, that would be great. Yeah.
Yeah. Right. I'm done, mate. Any questions from you?
Yeah, two more, and then we wrap it up. So, would you rather eat Vindaloo pre-workout forever, or be coached by El Campeon?
Should we change it to Jack Piad?
Who's El
Um,
Campeon?
I'll, I'll search. El Champion.
El Campeon.
Campion. Oh, mate, this guy's hilarious. Oh, fucking hell. You seen this dude?
I'm trying to get it up.
The dude that, oh, I've shared him. He trains like, mate, look at this, like, look at that. Like, bands, like, plates. He wears these, like, Timberland boots. And he goes, like, so heavy on absolutely everything. Like, to the point where it's, like, stupid. He'll do the hammer strength pull down. And he'll literally just, like, when I say he takes yeah body rows to, like, the next level. Oh, mate, yeah, look at this. Look at that. He's so good at just like moving weight from like point A to point fucking eight, like B7 or whatever. He literally like, tiniest range of motion, and then like he just look at that, look at him,
It's not
what
bad.
a guy.
Does he know that the two plates on the handle are actually going to help in terms of dropping
Yeah,
off the
mate,
load?
create a lovely drop off.
Yeah.
Look at this, look at this, mate, look at that. I'm showing my press. It's so bad. And I think he's explaining everything, like why he's doing it and stuff. It's
So would you
absolutely,
rather eat Vindaloo pre-workout or be coached by him?
yeah.
Thing is, I'd be coached by him, but I wouldn't listen to him.
The thing is, like, he's like really weirdly strong at certain things, like when it comes to awful form. But like, oh, I got mate, curling 350. Like, he's just curling 315, like literally 1 inch range of motion. But the guy can't hinge more than 4 plates. Like, so he's like really, really strong at like quarter ROM. But like, it comes to a full deadlift, he can't do more than 4 plates.
Yeah.
So it's really strange because it's actually like impressive how strong he is for like in a sense of so bad form. Like he's stronger than I think me and you on a lot of movements that like are in 1 inch range of motion.
Yeah, but if he was to try and do a proper set,
Yeah,
I don't think it'd be very impressive.
no, he's like the first dude to mechanically adapt perfectly to like partial reps, but he's
Feel
just on
sorry
short.
for his joints, mate.
Yeah,
Right, last one.
cool,
Would Reese take a BBC
great.
once a year if it meant he was allowed to yeah buddy row?
I'm allowed to every row anyway.
No, you're not if you don't do this.
Oh, I probably don't really view. If it was training, 1,000,000%, I'd do it multiple times. You don't like anyone wants to pay me or whatever. Sound. I mean, $20 is $20. Yeah, no. For a yeah buddy row, I wouldn't care that much. If it was training, mate, 1,000,000%. Like, how many times would you take a BBC to train? Like, what's the max that you go, nah, bro, that's gay? Before it's not gay. Before it's like, nah. If it was daily, I'd be like, I do it daily to train. That's when you're like, bro, come on, you get
I
it.
don't know if I would do it.
Well, so you're telling me once a year you're allowed to train for the rest of the year, and then on like your birthday you've got to cash in with a BBC.
I don't know because I've never not trained for that long, so I don't know
Mm.
how I'd feel.
Mm.
Like, I feel like if I didn't train for
It's like the purge, but the purge is your ass.
and the people murdering a big black cock in your house.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's
Um,
only for you, and it's live streamed to all your clients. Oh.
I I probably would. Well, you said how many times? Like
Yeah,
what?
like what's the max? Like, if it is it, would you not do it if it was like once a month? Because once a month, I'd be like, do I really like? Do I really want to train? You know, because that
Depends.
comes around quick.
Maybe once a quarter. I'll
Okay,
do it when I'm fucking paying my VAT bill. Make me feel better.
yeah. But mate, you can HMRC. You just ask HMRC. Hey guys, do you have a black guy with a
You're
big cock?
basically fucking me up the arse anyway.
Yeah, can you do that? Instead of me paying, can I just take that instead? Okay, that's a good one. Would you go? Okay, instead
Yeah,
of VAT, put it simple. You wouldn't pay VAT, but you'd pay instead. It's either VAT or get dicked.
yeah,
Get dicked
yeah.
without question.
No doubt about it.
Okay, I think I'd do the same. I think it's less painful, definitely. Like,
Imagine, right, so you get a choice when you turn 18, you get a choice. For the rest of your life, you can get fucked in the arse, or you can pay tax. I would get fucked in the arse.
I'm finding how to make it real. Posted that. I get that, man. I do get it. Yeah. Side story. I had a call with my new accountant yesterday. He said my taxes, for my old accountants was so bad. He was like, "These are like some of the worst I've seen." He goes, "They don't even make sense." And he goes, "You've got a huge fine, by the way, because you're late for one of your VAT returns." I was like, "Huge?" I was like, "What is it?" He was like, 50 quid. And I was like, "Okay, sound." I
Mine
was
was
like,
really bad.
hmm?
My VAT, my fine for my VAT bill was bad.
How bad we talking?
I'm sure it was like an extra 11 grand or something.
What? Was that because you didn't do it properly, or?
I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but like there was a fine. Like it was because it wasn't like, oh, I'm late for a day. It was because I didn't realize I was above the threshold. So I was like,
Yeah.
it was a year that I hadn't paid VAT that I should have done.
Oh, okay. Yeah, fair enough. I paid apparently 12 months. So my like in April or something, I paid 12 months VAT that I didn't need to pay. Like so I paid a whole year of VAT in one, but then continue paying. It doesn't even make sense.
Can
Like the
they
guy was
like
like,
sort it out?
"Yeah, he's gonna sort everything out." So I'm hoping I'll end up getting paid. I probably should get paid like 10 to 20 grand of tax that I shouldn't have spent. But I will also then I think I told you I tell you about the corporation tax and all that sort of stuff. Where I got an email and it's like, "Reese, you have overpaid." My last email from my last accountant is, "You've overpaid. We owe you
Yeah,
3 grand." And the next thing is like, "You owe us 9." And it's like,
yeah,
"Great, sound. I'm actually now negative. Thanks. You shouldn't have told me. Just tell me you owe, I need to pay 6 grand. Like,
yeah,
don't give me the good news." Because I went up and was like, "Ah, free money." Oh, I'm down.
yeah.
So yeah, but apparently I don't know. I think I'm gonna get some money back, but it doesn't fucking make a difference. Like at this point, I'm just like, it's so confusing. I feel like I'm never gonna understand it.
Yeah.
No wonder that Messi and Ronaldo were just tax evading in Spain for years. We need to move to Dubai, mate. That's what we need to do.
Yeah. It is one of those, isn't it? You can see why people do it.
Yeah, it is, but yeah, and also it's so easily doable without even noticing. Like I feel like if I hadn't been doing it for the last few years, I could have easily just like not really paid too much attention to stuff and gone, "Oh yeah, I'll do it eventually," and then you end up getting like almost double whammied because
Yeah.
I had
Or
that
you end up
last
getting
year.
like caught out because you again like I wasn't supposed to know what the VAT threshold is and stuff. Like
Yeah.
I literally didn't know that.
Yeah, no, you don't fucking learn anything. I didn't set myself up as a business till 2 3 years ago, and I'd already been coaching for like a year or so prior,
Yeah.
and I was already over like obviously the minimum. What it's like you have to declare it's over like 12 grand. I was over
Yes.
that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so it was like I
But
remember
again,
literally.
nobody teaches you to do that.
No, 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 no. It was like over like two. It was over 2 years of like tax. It was literally like the last like 3 years. I feel like I'd love to know. It would make me feel so good if I knew exactly how much I've spent on tax. Like,
Horrible.
it would be because I'd be like, imagine if I just was like, just didn't care and was like, "Oh, I'm just not going to declare it. Like, I'm unemployed. Like, or we
Imagine if
just have
you
it.
just had it, all the money you've paid in tax just came back. Imagine like somebody who, for example, 70-year-old bloke,
Mm,
like paid into he's paid his due like all the way through his life.
yeah, 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 yeah. Right, that's that. Cool. Right, sound. Hope everyone's enjoyed. I need to make reels out of this so I can get Finn taking a black cock instead of tax. Okay, sound. Well, I'll have a look. No promise content here, guys. We just spoke about milking the algorithm, and if you've got to this part of the podcast and you've not commented, comment pineapple for no other reason than with yeah, comment BBC. Yeah, rather. Okay, cool. Right, we're giving you plenty. I'm going to add a poll on the Spotify thing right at the start before we even explained it. BBC or taxes straight away. See what people say. Right, comment, like, subscribe. Sound cool. Bye bye. See you later.